Unexpected side effect of this coronavirus crisis, Asian Americans becoming targets of discrimination.
They pulled in on his eye so that at the end of the spot, all you saw was his eye like this. There were pretty distinct evidences of anti-Asian bias.
Asian Americans face the stereotype of being considered foreigners in their own land.
Asians have one of the longest histories of being victims of stereotypes.
But a great many of them, of course, were citizens of the United States. But why do you think they were treated that way, for instance, and the Italians and Germans were not, who were also our enemies at the time?
That because your face looks different, therefore you must have been born in a different country.
When I was growing up in Boston, I was regularly called chink, gook, Jap.
And right there on the front page was coverage of that these two killers had received probation for killing a Chinese man.
That's not necessarily the stereotype of Asian Americans, that they're strong and they're tough and they're going to kick ass with criminals.
There's something that doesn't allow Americans to say, hey, yeah, he could be the leader.
They're the so-called model minority that nobody feels sorry for.
And what I'm fearful of is that when you see all of these communities marching in the streets because there are direct attacks, Asians say, well, it's not quite us. But if you look at history, it's only a matter of time.
Racist attacks and pestilence are linked in history. When the Black Death ravaged Europe in the 14th century, mobs killed thousands of Jews accused of spreading plague.
And the tendency to use race as a scapegoat for things that people are unhappy about.
The Chinese virus.
You dirty Chinese, and he just kept saying that over and over again. I've never felt anything like this before.
This, just one of many incidents across the country now being reported.
Hate is one of the strongest motivating factors. That divisiveness has been with us.
The pandemic has revived much older, larger, racist, anti-immigrant narratives. It's part of our very long history of xenophobia and racism, and we know that in particular, disease has intersected with this idea that immigrants are a threat.
I am a little bit shocked that we moved in that direction so quickly.
I think there's a deeper problem, the issue of Asian culture and Asian pride.
This is not my history that somebody who is cooking your fried rice or your wings. That's not my history.
We need to do more as Asian Americans. We can't just sit in the sidelines.